First of all, Kalani, what did you learn going back and looking at the film from Saturday's game?
Um, Probably a lot more than just mentioned in this answer, but there's a lot of things we can improve on, and looking forward to getting those fixed. And then but, I mean, like I said after the game, I think Coastal Carolina, they came out ready to play. They're excited, obviously, in that environment, and a lot on the game, with two ranked teams that are 9-0, and they played with a little chip on their shoulder. I thought our guys played hard, had great effort, and they made one more play than we did, and earned the win. There's some things that I thought we have been accustomed to playing better in a lot of different ways and a lot of different areas, but with a it's just there's so many little things that happened, good and bad, and a lot of it had to do with the competition, the overall game. So just looking forward to getting better, and I can't say that we played at our best, but I can say that looking forward to getting that done this weekend. A lot to play for still this week, and San Diego State, they beat us last year, so we're getting them at home and on senior night. So we've got to be ready to work, and I'm looking forward to practice today.
Along those lines, Kalani, this is senior night, the last scheduled game you have. This year's unique. What's it like trying to look at the logistics as far as who might go, who might come back, missionaries, signees, all of those things as you're looking at it, moving forward?
Well, I think a lot of the seniors, they're given that year to come back and play, but it's going to be up to them. I don't think they've all decided for sure what's going to happen. And the other underclassmen, same situation. They have an opportunity to get drafted, but for a lot of these guys, this will be the last game, at home, and so the thought of that, being said, 2020, it's the last game that we get to be in Lavelle Edwards Stadium, and we're excited to play the game, and looking forward to sending these guys out with a W, and that's a good way to focus the team back on what we're about, and that's the individuals on the team that have sacrificed a lot and been here the longest, and just trying to get our guys to perform at their best for them.
Kalani, one of the things that you and the players have talked about this year is just your ability to be able to focus on the task at hand and kind of handle adversity. Now, having dealt with the first loss of the season, from an emotional standpoint, how have the guys handled it a couple of days after?
Well, I mean, I think losses hurt. It's supposed to. You worked hard, and you care so much, and our guys are very competitive. But it's something that you can react to and you can respond to in a positive way. Meaning that, what are you going to do next? You lost the game, and then what? You can't let it affect the next performance. And so the key will be for us to learn from this and get better, just like we do on wins, and we talked about making a mountain out of a molehill if you lose. Well, we don't want to do that as a coaches, and we don't want to do that as a team and as players. So we're going to work on some of the things that we can improve on that we feel are legit, and then be ready for the next one. And I think having a game right after a loss to look forward to is the best thing for a team. And this is one of those moments where we wanted to play more games, and we got it, and now we have an opportunity to play another one, and I'm just really excited that we get to get back on the field and see these guys play again.
Yeah, Kalani, with that coming up this weekend, you mentioned senior day. Also, you got some talented juniors who you mentioned back in the preseason were guys that could have NFL looks potentially. Do you expect that with Zach Wilson to maybe be his last game this weekend?
Possibly. I mean, I think that's there's a lot of the talk going around. I think the key though is just for us to focus on trying to get the win, and to do it for the seniors that we know for sure are leaving. But I mean, there may be some, and I said it before that we feel like we have a really good team with a lot of talent, and looking forward to having a lot of guys represent our team and our fans in the NFL. And I think if you look at this team and look at the youth and the talent that we have, I think there's a long string of NFL draft picks on this team, and and free agents and guys that will make squads. And so, we hope that happens. We hope people have to have tough decisions, and the fact that our quarterback is being mentioned as a possible guy to go to the next level is a good sign, as well as some of the underclassmen that we had this year. We had that talk last year too, so that's a good sign that the program is developing well, and that we've got the right talent and doing things the right way. So, to me, that just confirms that what we're doing is correct, and how we're recruiting and developing guys is key to our success. And so the more that we can get ready and game ready and the size ready, I think that'll go really well into the next level.
And one of Zach's top pass catchers, Gunnar Rummy, took that hard ball back. Hit the ground hard against Coastal Carolina. What's the outlook for him as far as practice goes this week?
Yeah, we'll have to go day to day and see if he's ready to go. I don't. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready to play this week, but we'll have to keep working with him, and once we get word from the trainers, the key is to make sure that he's going to be at 100%. And if we can get that, then he wasn't able to come back, and so we have to just make sure to protect him first, and then we'll go from there. And if he doesn't get to play, it'll give some other guys a chance to play. And I feel like we've got a lot of good players that can step up and fill that spot if we need. I mean, we've seen it before, so we're hoping to get Gunnar back, though. That's the hope.
Let's take a question from Norma Gonzalez, Jay Drew, and Jay Catch.
Hey, Coach, sort of going back to Zach Wilson, he didn't really have the type of performance that people have come to know through the first 9 games. What do you think he showed against Coastal, and what do you think, how will that impact his draft prospects or anything like that, or even the Heisman competition?
Well, I'm not really worried about the Heisman or the draft. I mean, I acknowledge that he's getting attention for that. The key is just trying to win games, and there's probably a lot that goes into that. It's not just one player that'll make the difference. There's a lot of different factors that go into it when we win and when we lose. So I think the key for us would be to adjust things that need to be fixed, and make sure that we give credit and praise where it needs to be given. And in this case, I would look at probably a lot of things, like maybe when teams try to possess the ball and try to limit our opportunities, we've got to find a way to get the ball back to our offense and get more possessions. And so we know that teams have been doing that this year. We've seen it throughout the season, where teams try to possess the ball and keep the ball away from our offense that's highly explosive. And I've seen our offense score a lot of points even with a limited amount of reps. So a mixture of all that, with the defense, offense, and special teams playing complementary ball, and then just being having efficient reps when we do have possessions would be the key.
And where would you rank him sort of in the list of BYU quarterback greats?
Oh, I don't know. We still got a game this week. You're talking about when I was a kid, and I saw those great ones that played before. So maybe after, when he's done, I'd rather rank guys when they're done, their careers are done playing here. But let's just hope that he can perform well, and as well as the team and the coaches on Saturday.
Kalani, I think Clark Barrington also left the game. I'm not sure if he came back in. Is he in the same boat as Gunnar as far as this week, or?
Yeah, he's he's a little banged up, so we'll have to wait and see. Nothing to confirm yet whether he can go or not. Right now, it's still we're still on hold, but he did not come back.
And then, given that with the loss, does that cause you to rethink your thinking on playing December 19th, or are you guys still looking for a game then as well?
Well, I think I don't know how it's going to work with bowl games and things like that. I think we've been in the conversation of playing in a bowl game. This one, with the loss, I think it kind of narrows it down a little bit more. But depending on when those bowl games are at, I think that if there's a chance, then we would love to play another game. But it all have to kind of work out with the schedule and see how it works. Because that week is the 19th. Is that right, Jay? That week that's open. So
Yeah, and a lot of teams will be in conference championship games.
Yeah, and
There
so
should be other teams. Yeah.
so it all depends when the bowl games will be played after that, and where maybe we'll have an invite by then, and we could play that game. That I think that'd be fun. We want to get out there and play football, and this last game didn't go our way, but we love playing the game, and I think getting the guys out there and play as many as we can, and the goal is try to get 12 this year before the bowl game, and that's still out there. I think if there's still an option, that we would love to play football.
You're getting universally praised for playing the game. Looking back, hindsight's 2020. Was it the right thing to do to take that game?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, listen, that we didn't win. There's a lot of things that we're going to learn from this. But I was really happy with the way our guys played. They played hard and they fought. And a lot of credit to Coastal Carolina. We watched them on film as much as we can when we knew about the game, and we saw a lot of the great things from them. I think they came to the game with a chip on their shoulder, but there was no disrespect from us. I think the people that were questioning them were from other people in the media and all that with the expectations. But we knew we had a really good team to play, and we're looking forward to the matchup. And they made one play more than us. It was one of those games that was exciting all the way down to the last second. And so, we came a yard short, and Super Bowls have ended the same way, and it was a classic game, just didn't end in our favor. And that's a frustrating thing. We like to win, but I think there's I saw a team that was excited to play football. We went out there, and we were coming off of 2 weeks not playing, and I think just getting in the game, and I don't know how even though the schedule had 3 weeks off, I just don't know if that was what our guys ever wanted. So to have a game, when we announced that the game was going to happen, you should have heard the excitement in our team. And so when we flew back from Myrtle Beach, I was still thankful we were able to play that game, and thankful to see these guys play. They worked so hard, and we're sitting at 9-1, 10 games played, and hopefully we can get more.
All right, let's take a question from Sean Walker and Jake Edmonds.
Yeah, Coach, kind of building off of that a little bit. It's been a week, to say the least, since getting the game announced just 5 or 6 days ago, and then traveling across the country, playing a top 25 matchup, all that stuff. With kind of looking back, hindsight being 2020, would you go through that again, playing a game on just such a short turnaround with long distance involved and all of that? Is that something you'd still be up to doing again, I guess?
Yeah, you're asking a guy that loves to coach, and you're asking a team that loves to play football if they would like to play a game. Yes. If there's a chance we could play a doubleheader and play back-to-back games, we would take that. I mean, I love coaching these guys because they love playing football. I have a bunch of football junkies that love the game, and when we're not playing football, these guys are watching it. And so, if there's, looking back at it, and people say, well, if in hindsight and all that, hey, we just want to play football. I think I let everybody else do the talking on how they want to position or rankings and all that stuff. You know what you're made of when you play, when you compete, and you put yourself in some uncomfortable positions and against the best. I mean, Coastal Carolina is an undefeated team. There's a lot of positives that we could see from the game, and there's a lot of things that we know we can do better, and we'll try to work on it. But the competitiveness, it's when I became the head coach here, Tom Homo showed me the schedule, and I wish I was a player. I was sitting there like, man, I wish I could play against all these P5 teams in this type of schedule. And that's what we recruited here. We got guys that were really attracted to that type of schedule. We had guys, you guys are going to talk to Dax Mill, and that guy turned down scholarships to come here because he knew he can compete with the best. And that's why he's getting all the attention, because he was confident in his ability to play and to compete and earn a scholarship real quick, and then to be out there and be one of the best receivers in the country. And so that's what I get to coach. I get to coach these awesome kids that love to compete. And so when you ask me these type of questions, guys, these guys love playing the game. win or lose, they love playing the game, and they love playing the best.
Coach, you have kind of the luxury of a full week of prep now as you look ahead to San Diego State, a team that kept you out of the end zone last year. Does this team look similar to that team, or what do you see on film from them?
Yeah, very similar. I think the hard part is like when you're dealing with the pandemic, you don't know who's going to be available for every team, and so you may see some changes in lineups from us and from them. So as you watch film, you look at it. I think the scheme, though, the foundation of what they're trying to do. Brady Hoke's a really good coach, and he's been a head coach before, so he knows how to get his guys motivated. They play an aggressive style of defense, very similar to what we've already seen from them last year, and they've carried that on. And then their offense, they like to run the ball and possess the ball, and so this is an opportunity for us to try to get the ball back for our offense to score, and they have a very dynamic run game. So this is going to be another challenge where maybe we have a little bit of redemption against last year, also against what we happened this week for us, in playing against them. But I like the fact that we get to play another game, and if there's a way to play another game on the 19th and then a bowl game, we would love to do that too. So that's. But as far as San Diego State goes, we see the film. They're a tough team, well coached, and we're excited to play them. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, I think I missed Jake Hatch, so let's do last question with Jake Hatch.
Yeah, Kalani, you've said in the past that you always want to allow your assistants to pursue other jobs, become head coaches, etc. There are reports out there, this one in particular about Coach Grimes, him reportedly interviewing for a job here in state. What is your response to that?
That he's been interviewing for the job in state?
That he either is interviewing or has interviewed for the position.
Yeah, great. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of these. There's even young coaches on our staff that are going to be great head coaches someday. But I'm just telling you, we've got some great coaches. There's a lot of players on our team that are going to be amazing coaches when they decide to hang up their cleats. So I mentioned about the football junkie feel from our team. You have a bunch of guys that love football. They're going to want to be around it somehow, and they're going to want to coach it. I don't know, maybe there's future media members out there that are going to be on our team. You never know. I mean, I might be here answering questions from one of our players, you know what I mean? So I just know that our guys love sports, they love competition, they love football. And so, they're going to have opportunities, they're going to want to be around it, just like you guys are. And if we have guys that are going to be future head coaches and future coordinators and future ADs, things like that, I want them to pursue it, and I'm going to be one pushing them to go and get what they want. I think when you become an assistant, your thoughts are that you want to be a head coach someday, and hopefully they get that opportunity. I'm very thankful for my opportunity to be a head coach here at BYU, so I'd like to have them get those opportunities. And Lavelle, when he was a head coach, he did the same thing. I've seen a lot of coaches that are out there that have helped do that, and Kyle did a great job and helped mentoring me when I was an assistant and a coordinator for him, and I mean, I still talk to, like I said, I've got a lot of mentors that are out there that have been really helpful for me as a coach. I mean, I mentioned my mentors a couple weeks ago, but I failed to mention one that was really pivotal in me wanting to become a coach, and that was, you look at my boy Lance. That was my guy. Lance Reynolds is why I wanted to become a coach and in college. And so I'm surrounded by, my whole life has been surrounded by great people like that. My high school coach Dale Collier and coordinator Mike Wade, all those guys have been pivotal in me wanting to become a coach. And so I hope I can help promote these young coaches here and other coaches on our staff to be head coaches someday.
And one other question I've got for you. It seems like you guys have had issues in short yardage running the ball. Is that a concern to you, something that you've noticed you need to fix, or are you not too worried about it?
No, I mean, that's like the, whenever you're looking at your team and ways to improve, you're looking at things during the season to find ways to get better. And then, so we're always trying to self-scout and trying to assess what we can do better in all three phases. And so, obviously, offensively, our coaches are on top of it, and we're looking for ways to get better there. Maybe convert more second downs into first downs. I don't know, but let's just try to get first downs altogether. I think the more explosiveness we can get from an offense, and then the more disruption we can get from the defense, will be a lot better. But we've got a lot of things to be positive about. I've been really pleased with the way the coaches have been working with our players, and this is a chance for us to respond from a result that didn't go our way. And now this is the true test that comes out to see what we're made of.
Great. Thanks for your time, Coach. We appreciate it.
Stay safe, everyone. Thank you very much.